Let us look at SPM 2013 Paper 2 question. Diagram 11 shows a semicircle AEB with the center O and a quadrant with the center C. Use the pi is equals to 3.142. Find the value of theta in radian and find the perimeter of the whole diagram. The length that you need to find is from D to B, and then B to E, and lastly E to D. So lastly, you want to find the area of the shaded regions. Okay, firstly, you must see the triangle here as right angle triangles. We can always apply the concept of Pythagoras theorem or the trigonometry ratio. To find the value of the theta, we have to find the angle alpha first by using sine. So sine alpha is equals to 2.5 over 5. So we get 30 degree. Now we can find the theta already. 180 degree minus 30 degree, which gives us 150. We just have to convert to radian. So 150 divided by 180 times 3.142, and we get the value of 2.6183 rad. 1 mark is given for the working step, 1 mark is given for your answer of theta. Okay, now B. To find the perimeter of the whole diagram, we find the arc length first. Arc DE is the arc of the quadrant. We can just refer to 2 pi 2.5, and then we multiply with 1 over 4. So we get 1.25 pi. Secondly, we want to find arc BD. 5 multiply with 2.61 at 3. So we will get 13.0915. For those who want to use the maths method, 150 divided by 360 degree times 2 pi r. We get almost the same value, 13.0917. Slightly different a bit, but it still can be accepted since the value should be the same after we round off to 4 significant figures. So lastly, we want to find the length from D to B. From D to C give us 2.5 and O to B give us 5. So to find C to O, we can apply Pythagoras theorem, which is square root 5 square minus 2.5 square. We get square root of 18.75. So for this question, firstly, we find arc BE. Then after that, we find arc DE. So you either find arc BE or arc DE will give you 1 mark. After that, we find CO, which is square root of 18.75. This will also give you 1 mark. To find the perimeter, we plus all the length we get. That will give you 1 mark, and your answer 28.849, 1 mark. So now let us look at question C. The shaded region is inside the quadrant, right? So basically, we need to use the quadrant minus the white region. You must think of the way to find this small white region, which is by finding the area of the sector minus the right angle triangle. So we find the area of quadrant first, okay, pi r square, and then multiply with 1 over 4. So we get 1.5625 pi. So secondly, we want to find the area of sector AOE. 1 over 2 r square theta. So the theta here is 30 divided by 180 times 3.142. So I get 0.5237. So I get 6.54625. Whether I check whether I get the same value or not if I use the mathematics method. 30 over 360 degree times pi r square. So we get 6.5458. Slightly different, but if you round off to 4 significant figures, we will get the same value. Okay, lastly, we find the area of right angle triangle, OCE. 1 over 2 times with the base, which is square root of 18.25, and then we times with the height, which is 2.5, and we get 5.3400. So to write the working, firstly, we find the area of the quadrant. Then after that, we find the area of the sector, and we find the area of triangle. We use the quadrant minus the sector minus triangle to get the small white region, and your final answer is 3.776. First mark is given once you find the area of either the quadrant or the sector. Okay, second mark is given once you find the area of the small region. Third mark is given once you use the quadrant minus the area of the small region. Lastly is your final answer 3.776.